All right, good evening, Bobcat fans, and welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner. Mike Russell said, Coach, we're ready to start. He came in a little late, but he said we're ready to go.
That's what he's saying.
Coach, boys, a little bit of atmosphere this week, isn't it? Attitude, a lot better after a big win.
Always better after you win. Everything, the hurt's not as bad, the pain's not as much. All those bruises just don't feel the same. It's just so good to win.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, if you went to a ball game Friday night, if you got there a little late, you missed the first offense playing, didn't you? That was probably the quickest and most points I've seen scored in a long time in the first 8 minutes.
We talked about it tonight. We received the football, and the first offensive play from scrimmage, we went 71 yards, made 2 points. They ran 5 plays and punted. We ran 3 plays and scored on a pass play. They ran 3 plays, and we scored on a draw play. And they ran 3 plays, and then we drove the next one in. All that was with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Well, Coach, coming off 3 losses, and then coming this big win, the offense got to play just a little bit. But how will that affect us this week with offense playing that little bit?
I kind of think it helped. Aaron and Reggie were both pretty beat up going into that game, and several of the others had minor injuries, and it may give them a chance to get fresher, get their legs back under them. Aaron we'd had to have limited contact on him the first part of the other week because he could only walk with a hip. But the main thing was we got to play everybody and got to play everybody a lot Friday night.
That's right. And that's what them old boys, they've been out there hitting hard all week long. And hey, I know they loved it and had a good time. Coach, I was watching this week a film on Lou Holtz that they had down at the bank, a motivation film, and I caught something I think that Mr. Pyron was telling me the other day that a couple of football players had come by and talked with him and said that they thought they'd got things together. They thought that, there wasn't any individualism now. We were playing as a team. And one thing Lou Holtz said, that you don't see I in team. And so that makes a lot of sense. I think we've got it back together now.
I agree with that. It has to be an attitude of oneness, and football particularly. Every play takes 11 people doing their jobs, and it makes no difference who carries the ball across. I've always told our youngsters that it's just as important, just as gratifying to sink a good block in somebody and roll them and know that you sprung the block to let them score.
How do you this is a problem to me, too, it always has been. How do you let this guard, this tackle, in this center that'll sit here and watch the program at night and see where the back runs a touchdown, the quarterback throws a touchdown, Ian receives a touchdown, and then all of a sudden, his name's never mentioned. But if it wasn't for him, it's just like some of these other games. If it wasn't for this lineman, you'd have no opportunity to score that touchdown.
I remember when I was in college, we had this young cocky back came in, and he started talking about how good he was, and those old linemen just looked at him in there in the clubhouse one day. That afternoon, they did what they call open the gate, and they almost killed him. And I never heard another word out of that old boy. So, you've got to learn that those people up front control your destiny, and you got to be a special breed to play up there in the dirt.
Sure have. On TV, you'll see it a lot of times. It makes you feel good. One of the quarterbacks or one of the backs in pros or college, or maybe especially pros, they'll give the game ball to the lineman or take all the linemen out to eat. So they know where their bread's buttered, don't they?
Definitely, and our backs better know that.
All right, Coach, here's a big ball game for us Friday night. Instead of talking about it, it's a pretty long film, and we'll get right into the film after these words.
All right.
All right, we're getting into action tonight with the Bobcats receiving the kickoff, and hold on, because the Bobcats are fixing to do something in a hurry, Coach.
Well, we decided to take the ball, even though it was raining, because we felt we needed to keep away from their defense. We run a flanker reverse here, and we get about 3 great blocks. Reggie Ware breaks 2 tackles. You see 2 more linemen downfield pinning people, and Reggie just kind of jogs on into the end zone there. He smelled it and took it on in. We go for 2, and we could either run or throw on this one, and we're ahead 8-0.
Just a few minutes left on the clock, or off the clock, that is. Off 8, and Headland 0.
Now, we were worried as we were facing their offense. We had a special defensive plan for these people. They worked on out pretty good last year back in the zone defense, so we went man-to-man in this game because they spread you out and they run the run-and-shoot offense, and they have been scoring points. But we play a pretty good defensive football game Friday night.
Coach, we came mighty close to intercepting a lot of passes Friday night. We had our hands on a few of them, and it was close to intercepting 5 or 6, 7 passes.
Now, I began to think we're back at Greenville when I saw that play come out of there. The coaches over there used to be over at Northview, and, you know, that's all Northview does is a run and shoot. They'll throw the ball 35, 40. I believe he threw it 40 times the other night.
And that's unbelievable, really, throwing it 40 times in the kind of rain we had. But I don't know, after Saturday up in Tennessee, there was a lot of passes on in the rain.
Yes, sir. Vanderbilt, too. Now, he airs it out. They chunk that ball.
William Hines back covering.
Get away from that football.
Off has the ball, first down.
There's Reggie Hightower just running a hard dive. I believe we're fixing to run Keith Wise on the same play to the other side. And we'll come back. We have not run a draw. No, this is a pass this time. We send Germany straight down the field on a fly. In the air and gone. He's in the end zone.
Here in Hightower, perfect pass.
Go for 2 again.
Wide open.
William McTeer catching the corner of the end zone. 16-0.
8:28 left in the first quarter still. Is it time to relax any yet, Coach, or is it...
No, I still didn't feel comfortable yet. I'd watch those people on film too much, and they threw the ball too many times.
Bingo.
Cottonwood had a 14-point lead and then held on for their life to win.
That's right. Keith Wise made that good lick.
We thought our defense played well the other night, most of the time. Good cover. Now, that questionable. But he called it, so it counted. That's good coverage. Michael Hine did a good job of dropping out there in the flat.
He'd want him to throw it a little lower, wasn't he?
Yeah, they almost picked one of those off later. That's good double coverage. We tried to double a different receiver so they'd never be able to tell who we were doubling.
McTeer and Parker was back there.
We had a blitz on the end. I believe that was Reggie Ware running through there.
So Headland punted. The Bobcats have the ball again at the 30-yard line.
Counter dive to Reggie Hightower. Breaks out of there for about 25 yards.
Coach, we picked up a lot of yardage on that this year,
Yes,
haven't we?
sir. That's been our best play. This is a draw play. We have not used this. We get a good block. In fact, we get 3 good blocks. And then Keith Wise does a good job of running and cutting back. Somebody downfield cutting off. We scored another touchdown. We kicked this, and I told Keith, I said, we're 2 for 2. He said, no, we're 4 for 4. So this is what we were the other night, and I was thinking in terms of 2 for 2.
Headland has the ball now, first down. And you know they're going to throw.
Yeah. We pretty well were familiar, I think, with most of their routes. They didn't do much that surprised us. We had good rush on then.
Michael Hines, I believe it was, hitting
It
about
was,
time.
plus a tackle. I don't remember. All right, William intercepts this one. Oh, no. We're lucky there.
Could have been 15.
Yes, sir. That's Bubba Washington running that ball up the middle.
Washington got a lot of running Friday night.
This is Steve Germany, Tito Brundage, and Germany and Washington are in now. Along with Scott. No, we still have Aaron in at quarterback. It's a counter dive again to Tito. Germany on quick pitch. This is a really good run. He uses that hand and almost scored.
Got it down to the 1 yard line.
Bubba Washington put it in. Keith Wise kicks the extra point. And here it is, 3 minutes and 28 seconds left, and we've got a third. Now I begin to feel better.
30 points in the first quarter, has still got 3 minutes and 28 seconds left.
I timed this quarter the other night, and it lasted 35 minutes.
But as long as you score, that's all right, isn't it, Coach?
Well, we were moving the ball real quick, and then they get it, and they threw the ball so much, and it stopped the clock so much.
Bunch of Bobcats on that tackle.
We began to have more gang tackling this Friday night. That's something we worked hard for.
Headland picked up a first down there.
That was good coverage. That was probably the worst defensive play for us of the game. We got out of position and missed tackles.
And so that's the end of the first quarter with the Bobcats lead 30-0 over Headland. All right, we're back in action now with Headland football in the second quarter.
These are the plays. We knew before we went into this game exactly what they were going to do with fast motion, what they were going to do with slow motion, and which runs they were going to make, and we gambled on that. And they didn't change anything. Now this may be, I think we put in a whole new backfield here. And this is one thing that I really like. We changed out a lot of linemen, and we kept the ball about 8 minutes and 35 seconds. That's what you want to do with the wishbone. We have Bubba Washington at fullback. That was Bubba running. We've got Scott Parker at quarterback, Tito Brundage at left halfback, Steve Germany at right halfback.
And really, all of it just straight at them, too.
Yeah, we didn't do anything for the rest of the game except go straight at them. Steve Germany. Steve has really good speed.
He didn't mind mixing it up either, running over people.
Well, he's taking enough beating out there in practice. These three right here get beat pretty regular as we practice every week. I think it's making better backs out of them, though.
I know it is. You can tell here they all want to run the ball. They run towards the goal, Coach.
It beats the rip out of what they go through out of that week. They took a beating today. Tito kind of got his knee bunged up a little. Parker on out here with his fate. They almost popped that one out of there. When I looked at stats after Sunday, after we went with this group, Washington ran the ball 12 times, Germany ran it 12, and Tito ran it 11. So that was pretty close. That's Steve Crittenden running the ball there. Steve's pretty new to the backfield. That's Crittenden again. I don't know what, that was a little unusual move there.
Probably got the ball back, I believe, didn't we?
Yeah, we had it. We got down here close and had a fumble and a couple of penalties, which kind of gave us a sigh of relief. We were wanting to be in a position where we could felt like at least we could put our first backs back in the third quarter, but all that changes just for the half. We kept the ball a long time in that drive.
And the fourth down came up about a foot short, I believe it was.
We got a lot of new faces in on defense now. That's good pursuit. I believe he got him for intentional ground in there.
Well, we won't kneel down after one again, I don't believe.
Bam.
Ooh, bingo.
All right, now we're fixing to see this. And Pete McTeer gets his football. We set up a good wedge, and it's out of there, and he's gone. I don't know about Pete.
The extra point's good. So that's 39-0 with 2:33 left of the first half. Reggie Ware making a tackle there on the sideline.
That was their longest gainer of the whole game. They carried down here and scored just for a half. We called another pass interference there. They score on fourth down.
They do. That was third right here.
I believe they score the next one. Quarterback breaks containment rolling outside. Hits him right before he steps out of bounds.
This time, watch these two receivers. They decided to pull away, Coach. They didn't believe they wanted that football.
A lot of gold pants in there then.
39-6 in favor of the Bobcats. 1:36 remaining in the first half. So we just got about a minute left down the first half.
We're just trying to grind it out and use up some clock.
I believe that's it, though.
That's the halftime.
So that's it. Bingo.
Good tackle. That was Ronnie Mosley, I believe, making that hit.
Ronnie put that Rydell in there. I guess it's Rydell, isn't it?
Yeah, we use Rydell and Bike. Use 3 or 4 kind now. Looked like at the halftime, the adjustment they tried to make was to throw the ball out quick and short. But they caught us snapping on this one. They threw the quick and short and then threw the fly, and that was another time. That was the only time we really blew a coverage all night.
Bingo. Oh.
Man, there was nothing there but green grass and blue skies if he could have held on to that one. As Antonio Edwards made a good open field tackle there. That's another one that was close. Now, this is my fault. we've covered everything I can think of except water bucket out of punt formation. And they stood him right in front of their bench, and we counted off, and they just didn't see that man. So I'm responsible for that.
I was wondering if they ever sent him to the huddle. He has to come.
No, he never went to the huddle.
He had to come in 15 yards of the huddle, don't you?
Yep, but he got by with it. He never left the sideline. His old throw-out pass, but with everybody standing along the sideline, it's hard to pick up.
That's a good kick down to the 10-yard line.
Keith has kicked the ball really well. We end up and get one block later on, but that's not his fault. We did some things that, well, we had a lot of new people in, and we just didn't follow our rules.
That's a
big sack. Keith Hines, I believe, was the first one in. Well, Matthew Vidich rushed good the other night. Good coverage. Bruce Crittenden fair catching the ball. Jake Donaldson's quarterbacking now. We were in motion, but I don't know whether they called it or not. Yep. Quick pitch to Steve Germany. We have all of our young linemen in now. Center stepped on Jake's foot there. We had to get down and feel that one. But now the defense fully realizing we weren't going to throw a lick.
They all blowing in.
Yeah, they all up on the line now. Tito running pretty hard there. I believe this is that hit you're talking about. Keith Wise fixing to hit him right there.
Bingo. And then they didn't even get the ball.
No, they had a penalty on that play. I believe they roughed the kicker. It's Tito again. Steve Germany running hard.
I believe that was fourth down.
We're trying to keep the clock running when we can get the football. Has a completion. At least those completions kept the clock running. Larry almost intercepted that one.
Almost had him another. Intercepted two, had two that was real close. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. We'll score 39-6 in favor of the Bobcats. All right, we're going back into the fourth quarter now. Headland's still airing it out.
Good cover. That's Sean Brown getting the inside lane, taking away the pass. Larry Rogers making the hit. All right, this is a great interception. Hit it. Seems like stays in motion 25, 30 seconds. And we end up and lose this one on they called interference. That's mighty late to call anything. I didn't understand it, but they got the ball back.
So Headland had it now, second down.
Completion.
They got very few completions though, Friday night. Coach, somebody throw it 40 times, you expect a few completions.
That's right. And we had them in front of them. As long as you can keep them in front of you, then you got a chance to keep them out of the end zone. Good defensive position here. We had double coverage in. He didn't recognize it. Good hit right there by Pete McTeer. Matthew Vidich and then several others on the sack back here. Another good rush. This was a completion after we'd had him wrapped up. Had a good reception here. This is a good defensive play. Go up and slap the ball down. Good coverage.
Make it third down now.
They don't score when we get to rush in again. They don't score on this one.
Fourth down. Go.
They had good pressure and they had double coverage.
Larry Rogers again.
To try to grind it out there and get it out, we'll punt it. They know by now we're not going to throw anything. And they just teeing up and coming, got everybody inside.
This right here is a good example, Coach, of what people always say that, you know, about passing. It's hard just to run against a team when they know that you're going to run.
That's right. You've got to be just a lot better. Now, we get this one away. We had a penalty. They load up and we have some folks in. And when we have the young folks in, they should know what to do. We didn't have it completely ready. They blocked that one and get a touchdown out of it.
So Headland scores with 4:47 left in the game to make it 39-12.
Steve Germany, ball gets him on the shoulder pad. We had a good wall set up in there. He let the ball get in against his pads. Hard run in there by Steve Germany. That's Steve Germany running quick pitch again. They got us in for clipping downfield, but it was just second effort. I'm not even going to complain about that one. Because it set us back 15 yards. And we fumble right here, and they get the ball back.
So we don't have about 3 minutes left in the ball game.
It's a quick out here. Good tackle by Pete McTeer. One-on-one to Oaten. Going for the end zone. We had good position on that ball. Try a field goal. We get a roughing on this.
So after the roughing, makes them have first down.
Take it back 4 more downs down here inside the goal post. It's a good rush in the middle by Antonio Edwards in. Draw play. This is intercepted in the end zone.
About as long as you can run one in it, Coach.
About 101 yard, I was just guessing. Carried all the way back.
Good play. Larry had an opportunity Friday night. A lot of passes were thrown at him. He had really 2 big interceptions. So it's 46-12 with just 7 seconds left in the ball game. Bobcats will be kicking off. First one goes out of bounds.
I believe Reggie Ware is kicking off now. That's it.
That's it, Coach. Big win, 46-12 in favor of the Bobcats.
North Main.
All right, we're back on. Mike Russell just informed us of all things happening around here. He's something else, ain't he, Coach?
Yes, he is. One of a kind.
I mean, he is. Coach, big ball game, 46-12. Bobcats back on the winning ways, and give us a little recap of the game.
The big thing was that we were able to let several different backs touch the ball in different ways, and we had more offense. I was looking at the stats, and Reggie Ware ran the ball 1 time and scored. Keith Wise ran the ball 3 times and scored, and Reggie Hightower only ran the ball twice, and he had about 40 yards. Aaron Hightower threw the ball for 1 touchdown and for 1 extra point, and that was only 2 passes we had in the game. The rest of the night we were using the younger backs, and they got a lot of experience and got to run the ball a lot. And so we were pleased with this, and we were especially pleased with the way that the defense took to our defensive plan and the way they were able to stop the passing game.
Well, Coach, that was a big ball game. Like you said, everybody got to play, enjoy the ball game. Tell us a little bit about Delville.
Delville is a hard-nosed football team. They're a different type football team. They're going to run the ball first. They've got a big tailback, number 35, Richardson, about 6'2", probably 210, and he'll run the ball 80% of the time for them. Then they've got a quarterback that was there last year by the name of Lucky, a left-handed quarterback, and he throws the ball pretty good. And they have one speedster, number 25, Lawson. They'll run the I, they'll run the split back, they'll run the power I, they'll run some shotgun. So you have to make a lot of preparation. Defensive-wise, they're going to run a split 6, which is something similar to what we saw against Greenville. So we've had to make a lot of blocking adjustments this week, and we really need a good effort this week.
All right, Coach. That's a little bit about Delville. Now, give me 2 things here. How about our injury situation, and what are you going to do about having a dry night?
Well, I can't promise anything about a dry night. I don't seem to have any contact at all upstairs. You know, for 3 straight weeks we've played in the rain, and I see where there's a possibility of rain this Friday night, too. So
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I saw it on the weather. I knew it'd be there.
Well, what about, you reckon we could do anything about next year about maybe buying ponchos or something like that where everybody have a nice one to take the ball games? Because it gets wet.
Maybe once somebody in town would sponsor that and put their advertisement on the back, and then folks could come out and see. We were slim Friday night, and the weather is a big factor here. But now, as far as the injury is concerned, we have Tito Bundage has a bunged-up knee, and Antonio Edwards has a couple of broken fingers, and then we've got others with assorted nicks and bangs. Of course, Richard Cox is out for at least 2 more weeks. As you heard at halftime, we won't know when he'll get to come back, and he did a great job for us. That rascal never missed a practice. He never missed anything until he re-injured his knee. And those of you that are going over to Daleville for this game Friday night, they have some tickets on sale up at school that you can buy for $3. If you wait until you get to the game Friday night, they're going to cost $4. So I believe Mr. Pyron said they sent about 270 tickets. So if you know for sure you're going, you might want to get your kids to pick you up a ticket up at school.
Coach, I understand a lot of schools are going to 450 now, 4 and 450, and we're still at 3. So that might be something for the future. But athletics is costly, isn't it?
And people just cannot realize the cost of athletics. One helmet now is $125, and we tear up about a helmet a week, and at practice. It just takes a lot to play the game, and prices are going up. But when you consider you go to a movie, you pay $4, $5, $6 every time you go to one movie, and you got a lot of kids giving a lot of time, and you got the band and you got the cheerleaders. You got a lot of involvement when you got a football game.
Sure have, Coach. Coach, congratulations Friday night on Headland, and we're looking forward to Devil Friday night.
Thank you, and we're certainly looking forward to. We're going to be the homecoming game over at Devil, so we're trying to get prepared to make sure that everybody gets their money's worth.
Well, good, Coach. Thank you. And Bobcat fans, we'll see you again next Tuesday night, same time, same station, if Mike Russell is willing. Good night.